Hello everybody. I want to talk about the role of wealth in a free and fair society. Factually, wealth in the United States is becoming more concentrated in fewer hands, and the wealthy do own more U.S. assets today than 30 years ago. But is this a flaw of the capitalistic system or a natural consequence of a system that concentrates wealth with those who have the best idea, the best product, or the best service? Is wealth accumulation the fault of those who've reached the ambitions are the pinnacle of their profession, or is it the result of luck and circumstance showered on the few? Let's take a look. Warren Buffett started with a paper route at 13 and now is worth over $50 billion. He invested his profits in particular types of companies, rarely losing his nerve to take a risk. Michael Bloomberg is worth more than $20 billion, money earned after graduating from college with an engineering degree. He developed an innovative financial monitoring tool that revolutionized the industry. Serena and Venus Williams are worth over $100 million each, money they earned after dedicating years of practice in crime-ridden Compton, California, to develop into tennis superstars. Sergey Brin started Google after dropping out of graduate school. Today he's worth over $15 billion. Phil Knight started Nike after selling shoes from a car, and he's now worth over $10 billion. Oprah Winfrey is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise powerhouse, starting from near-poverty conditions. She followed the talk show model popularized by Phil Donahue and then perfected it. She brought a sense of warmth and personality to the medium and now has branched into magazines, movies, shows, and real estate. J.K. Rowling accumulated over $1 billion in the last decade or so from her dedication to writing a series of Harry Potter books, which became a global phenomenon. Then there's Mark Zuckerberg, who as a young wonder kid is now worth over $20 billion. From Facebook, the social network internet that nearly includes 1 billion people around the world. While there is some doubt or debate as to whether Facebook was his original idea, there's little doubt that he perfected the idea and was the driving force behind its founding. And there's also Sam Walton, who started as a J.C. Penney clerk. Upon his death, he was among the richest men in the world, worth tens of billions of dollars then. Today, the collective worth of his children make his family the richest in the land. Of all these people, did they acquire their phenomenal wealth through unfairness or nefarious methods? Hardly. The Williams sisters practiced relentlessly to perfect their talent, and Warren Buffett saved his money to build more, rather than enjoy the returns from his investments. We all know he lived in the same house he bought in 1958. Not everyone has a talent in tennis like the Williams sisters, but I believe everyone has a talent. The question is whether they devote their life to perfecting it. Everyone can save their money like Mr. Buffett with the hopes of greater returns, but not everyone is intent on foregoing the material pleasures of life that divert your money from investment to consumption. It's astounding to view the growth of Sam Walton's Walmart during the past 20 years and its now dominance of the retail market. Walmart has sales in the hundreds of billions of dollars. Has thousands of stores that encompass the largest private sector workforce in the United States. It has 30,000 suppliers, and more than 90% of American households shop at a Walmart at least once a year. Add in the fleet of Lear jets owned by the company to conduct its business, and its rise to dominance is truly spectacular. All that was started by one person. How? Sam believed that if you sell stuff that people need every day just a little cheaper than everyone else, and sell it at that cheaper price all the time, customers will flock to you. He further believed that customers would give up any kind of convenience, service, enjoyment, fashion, and quality just to get a better deal. True, its wages are lower, and it doesn't provide many benefits to its employees, but it does something that few others do: offer a product as low as possible every single day. What's interesting about Sam Walton and the company that he founded is how attuned to capitalism it has remained. Walmart does require its vendors to reduce its manufacturing costs so that savings can be passed on to the customer. It does offer low compensation to its employees, but these savings are almost always passed on to the consumer. There are few companies that come to mind whose relentless focus on cost and price pervade every thought and action over such a long period of time. Mr. Walton and the companies that he founded have been remarkably consistent. Though there's always exceptions, and the critics of capitalism try to extrapolate these exceptions to be emblematic of a capitalistic society, it's fairly clear that wealth in a capitalistic society is designed to flow towards those who possess talents and attributes that make them the best in the field, and those that are willing to work for it. My best to you all. Take care.